Good morning, good evening, and welcome to World of Warships. My name is Robin, and today I am happy to announce the beginning of the German Power serie, featuring all German cruisers from Tier 6 to Tier 10 in 5 videos. Today, cruiser Nürnberg and battlecruiser Graf Spee are at the honors with their respective battles. But first of all, thank you very much for tuning in the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will enjoy your time here. So, without further ado, let's get into the details of the ships we are about to sail in. The Nürnberg has a 9 150mm guns with a top range of 16.5 kilometers, 27,000 points of health, 12 torpedoes with a top range of 6 kilometers and a top speed of 32 knots. Her anti-air defense system is rated 27. Her surface detection is 12.2 kilometers and the armor thickness goes from 13 to 50 millimeters. For the modules I've installed, we have Main Armament Modification 1, Aiming System Modification 1, Damage Control System Modification 1 and Steering Gear Modification 2. For my commander, Preventative Maintenance, Priority Target, Last Stand and Demolition Expert. Next on the list we have the Admiral Graf Spee. Now, compared to the Nürnberg, this ship is almost a battleship, just by looking at the sheer size of it. She has 6 283mm guns with a top range of 16 kilometers, 39,400 points of health, 8 torpedoes with a top range of 8 kilometers and a top speed of 29.9 knots, let's say 30. Her anti-air defense system is rated 33. Her surface detection is 12.7 kilometers and the armor thickness goes from 19 to 100 millimeters. For the modules I've installed, we have Main Armament Modification 1, Aiming System Modification 1, Damage Control System Modification 1 and Damage Control System Modification 2. For my commander, Preventative Maintenance, Direction Center for Catapult Aircraft, Expert Marksman, Torpedo Armament Expertise and Superintendent. As always, I recommend you set the vibes and get yourself comfortable for this longer than usual video. Nürnberg and Admiral Graf Spee have two very different playstyles, and I hope I can demonstrate this today. But that is well enough of these descriptions. Let's put some footage behind these words and transition to our first battle. And here we are on the map Trident Domination Mode. Our spawn was at the northeast part of the map and we are quickly making our way down to sea. I intend to get as close as possible to the island and defend my position from there. For those who played the Nürnberg, and I'm pretty sure most of you have, you know how squishy this cruiser can be. The 50mm of armor barely protect you from other cruisers' caliber. Battleship guns will cut you through like butter, even with an angle, and even Destroy HE can deal a large amount of damage on your most protected parts. So, Nürnberg is not a ship that was designed to be shot at. Enemy Kirov is detected in the vicinity, another lightly armored cruiser, and even if the target is quite far, I will switch to AP and open fire. I hesitated for a second before engaging and revealing myself, but I felt I was close enough to the island and that I would make it there. Lots of enemy contacts already. An enemy Nürnberg, battleship Mayogi, this area is about to get busy. I immediately engage my contemporary. I know how easy it is to damage it, but I keep in mind that so am I. I'll start evasive maneuvers. The guns on the Nürnberg are what makes this ship enjoyable. The reload is overwhelming, the ballistic and shell velocity allows you to shoot over island and still hit your targets with ease, and the AP works very well on any broadside targets, but lacks some punch at range. That's why I've chosen to use Demolition Expert in my commander build. Armor piercing at this tier will either bounce or overpenetrate, considering the average armor thickness of your target, and is very situational. I'm trying to shoot this tier for my Yogi, but have very poor results as an example, so I'm going to switch back to the Nürnberg. This time I will load AP. She is showing me a very good broadside, and that is going to allow me to deal plenty of damage. I'm using the island to protect myself and cut line of sight with the rest of the enemy force, just to focus down and finish off this Nürnberg. One more salvo should be enough. She launches one right before my shells arrive and we take her out. And oops, do not overextend, Robin. Lots of shells incoming already. I have to be careful. Next on the line, the enemy Duca d'Aosta. Now this is a ship I have to worry about, even though he's too far to be a real threat yet. I'm slightly retreating behind my allies here. I want to make the most of my range and spam some shells at my targets while I try and dodge the ones incoming. I'm hoping that I can work as a distraction for my destroyers to capture C without too much trouble, and it seemed to be working quite nicely. Enemy Kirov is trying to reach me with AP, but I am so agile and thin that he's having a hard time doing so. Me, on the other hand, can send 9 shells towards him every 6 seconds, so I have the advantage at this range. Out of all the battles I've played with this cruiser, this is the kind of playstyle that worked out the best for me. Be on the background, keep on moving, use island cover and range to protect yourself. Although Nürnberg can also be great at close range, you have to use the element of surprise to prevent your target to react on you before your strike is done. That is what I'm trying to do. Notice that we had a glimpse of an enemy destroyer behind this island. He might be trying to break through this side and flank our team, but no way he's doing this on my watch. I'm closing in to get right behind the land and try to hydro his position, but I have another problem. The Duca is already there, pushing as well. But I am a real pain for them right now. I've set the Kirov on fire twice, took out the Nürnberg. Apparently, well, the Duca does not want anything to deal with me anymore, and I'm ready to counter their destroyer. Talking about destroyers, the 3 of our team are right there with me, keeping the target spotted. On the bad side, they're only launching torpedoes and are more an inconvenience for the enemy than a real threat. I'm the only one that will have to deal raw damage and fight them one at a time, but my hydroacoustic is picking up on something. Enemy Fubuki is right there, in the relative safety of his smoke. I see food, I see a prey to catch and eat with much appetite. This poor destroyer is about to get ambushed and has no idea I'm coming, but it's too late for him. No clue what happened to my torpedoes there though. I thought they were aimed correctly, but hey, they just decided to crash on the island instead. Oh well. Fubuki tried to launch his torpedoes at me, but with hydro on, it's an easy dodge and it's an easy kill. Second ship that tries to take advantage of this side, and second ship that gets taken out. This is my island. No one is allowed to use it without my permission. No, seriously, this is working great so far. Although our team is not doing good. We have a cap advantage, but they outnumber us and are in the lead point-wise. An enemy Akatsuki is trying to break through, but I'll let her fight with my friendly destroyer. I'm more focused on trying to read the Duca's next move, and I've loaded AP just for that. I should have targeted the destroyer instead with HE, but the Duca is so fast that he could pick this island while I'm not looking and land a good shot on me. The Akatsukis traded, and here is the Duca. He might have 2K torpedo because his engine is knocked out, and watch this. First salvo, all of my shots are going to bounce off its armor. Second salvo, exactly the same, and as soon as it starts giving me a decent broadside, I'll land almost only over penetrations. When I was saying that the AP is situational on this ship, this example sums it up perfectly. It either will bounce off or overpenetrate. That is why I would recommend using HE most of the time with the Nürnberg. We still took out the Duca d'Aosta. That is our 3rd kill of the battle, and this side is pretty much cleared of all enemy threats. We do have some breathing room now to assess the situation and head towards objective B. The action seems to be happening on the western side now, although we still have some roaming battleships down south. Even if we caught up with the point difference and took the lead, we are still one ship down and all of our destroyers have been taken out. Nothing is settled yet, and we could still lose this. I'm engaging the Bayern in the distance, but a very damaged Mayoko pops up in the area. Again, I am still actively using the island and keeping an eye on my priority target indicator. I can still engage the Mayoko while being relatively safe from harm. And that is how the ship is efficient. I will say it again, you have to outsmart and outposition the enemies. Keep on the move, preventing them from doing damage to you. It's not easy, and I failed miserably with this strategy, but once you get the feel, this comfortable feel that you know what you're doing with your ship, the playstyle of the Nürnberg becomes really smooth and enjoyable. And no, Mayoko, don't worry, I am not letting you slip away like that with that health. I have to go and finish you off. She is sailing towards the left side of the island, but she knows she's doomed, and I know it's a free kill for me, so why wouldn't I go and intercept her? My anti-air is struggling to shoot down this one aircraft. AA is not really a strength on the Nürnberg, but we're not in danger, even if we're spotted. Mayoko picks the island, one AP shot with the front turret, and we finish off the target. That felt good. That whole engagement from the start felt good. And now I am triggered. You know exactly why I'm triggered. The Kraken is on the horizon, but I cannot get greedy. I cannot allow myself to be greedy. With the Nürnberg, the greed means instant death, because the moment you stop thinking and let your guard down is the moment you will get absolutely erased by an opportunist that might have a good angle on you. So, same drill. Engage from a distance, use the island to my advantage. This time I am covering myself from the Bayern while I engage the enemy Kirov again. Our team is pushing objective B, but the German battleship is a problem. I know that as soon as he will pick this island, he will turn his guns on me, so fall forward, I need to deny any possible angle. Though I can still be an annoying little mosquito and still hit the Bayern without him being able to respond. On this battle, everything went relatively smooth for me. Even this situation is comfortable. I can deal damage with impunity, and that's good enough for me. Although these situations are hard to get, and like a lot of time, unfortunately, it relies more on luck and convenience than pure skills. The Bayern is set on fire and my HE is not really dealing any good damage, even if I make effort to aim at the superstructure. This time the situation allows for AP. Bayern is throwing me aside and I might get good penetration. A couple more salvos. Bayern takes a good hit right before our shells land, and we are going to secure the kill, granting us Kraken Unleashed. And that is a comeback for our team. We are now securing the victory and in a good position to reach it. But it's not quite over. My vision was kind of tunneled on the Bayern, and now I am exposed to the Kirov and Colorado's guns. Thankfully, I'm angled, and even if it does not protect you, considering the armor, it limits the exposure of the ship to incoming shells. And again, my next move is going to be focused on using yet another island to cover myself up. Hit and run. There we go. That's the term I was looking for to describe the gameplay of this ship. We captured objective B and I'm moving to intercept the Kirov again. I've been engaging him since the start and I intend on finishing what I've started. Enemy Mayogi is not a threat for us, although our battleship is focusing him instead of keeping an eye on our flank. Colorado is also pushing, and friendly Miyoko is aware of it, and moving to engage him. Kirov is almost dead. Come on, someone finishes him off, or I will. It is the tipping point of the battle, and we still need to stay focused. A couple of wrong moves, and we could be surprised with a turn of event. See, the Mayoko gets taken out. It is a 4 versus 4, and I cannot allow the enemy Colorado to crossfire my friendlies at B. If I have to die doing so, I will, but first I need to take care of that Kirov. One salvo over the island. Kirov is a very fast ship, but the shot looks good, yeah. I think we got him. Let's just focus on the Colorado. Okay, now don't do this with the Nürnberg. Right now, I am going against everything I said previously about the ship. Colorado's, New Mexico's, all battleships basically, will send you back to port if you try and rush it. At this occasion, I had nothing to lose and I went for maximum damage before going down. Though the Colorado, after launching a relatively good salvo on me, is going to focus his attention somewhere else, allowing me to close up the distance and get in torpedo range. In the meantime, we've lit him up twice on fire. That is going to be free damage for us. I have no idea why the Colorado did not went after me. Maybe he found an easy target to shoot at, but at this range he could have took me out easily. Well, his mistake, my pleasure. He takes a torpedo, no flood, but he is still burning and we earned a high caliber and Confederate. My guns are not doing anything at this angle. I'm trying to hit the superstructure, but his armor is just bouncing my HE left and right. He fits right through my second torpedo volley. Lucky Colorado, but he's doomed anyway, and we take the kill by fire. And that's it. Only the Miyogi remains. All caps are secured, and the point counter is about to reach the threshold. 7 kills with the Nürnberg. Not that bad in my books. And a few seconds later, we secured a well-deserved victory. Over 100,000 points of damage dealt, almost 4,000 XP earned, and 450,000 credits gained. We achieved Kraken Unleashed, High Caliber, and Confederate in what was a very fun run with this Tier 6. We cleared our initial flank before coming back and helping with the final push. And I was very satisfied with the way I handled my engagements. Some kill secures, like always, but we've dealt decent damage to all of our targets. I hope this battle was a good and entertaining example of how the Nürnberg should be played, but stay with me, we still have yet another ship waiting for us in the dockyard. It is time for the mighty Admiral Graf Spee to take on the high seas and sail to battle. I'm really excited to show you this replay. I have to say that it is from 2 months ago, but the ship has not been touched since the last couple of patches, so I am confident that the gameplay is still relevant. So strap in and hold on. The Graf Spee is an explosive mix between cruiser-like handling and battleship artillery, but let's not dwell on what we already said and take her to battle. And here we are, on the map New Dawn Standard Battle. Now this is a map I haven't been playing for a long time. It's one of the oldest of the game, but still have a very dynamic and interesting layout. We have spawned on the northern part of the map, and I'm heading down south to intercept enemy cruisers at close range. The Graf Spee, although her speed and concealment can be left to be desired with, is an agile and powerful fighter that can be a nightmare for cruisers and a real threat to battleships and destroyers. Slap a couple of torpedo tubes with a great angle and you have yourself a very good multitasking ship. Of course, it does come with downsides. You have the longest reloads amongst Tier 6 for cruisers, and you are a very big target to shoot at. But the AP is German, meaning it will be very efficient, and you have the highest caliber of your tier, same as the Tier 7 battlecruiser Scharnhorst. You do have a very good HP pool as well, an ability to repair damage taken, and enough accuracy to punish any targets at any range with battleship-like damage output. And well, the cruiser Kirov, that is showing me a perfect broadside, is going to demonstrate it. First salvo, only with the front guns, is going to dispossess the Kirov of almost a quarter of his health, just as an introduction. My second turret is coming up to bear as well. We take the shot. Can we get the same damage again before it starts angling away? No, not quite. I am not letting him go though. Kirov is so lightly armored that I have to punish the fact that he decided to go in the front lines. Kirov should be supportive ships, not the tip of the spear, but well, by doing so, I might be overextending myself. I'm attracting a lot of attention already, and even if the Graf Spee can be relatively tanky, like all ships in the game, she cannot withstand a focused fire from multiple ships. Time to retreat, and fast. And oh, the Königsberg was lucky here. She was throwing me a perfect broadside, though the dispersion was bad and we only get end of pen. Alright, the enemies are now more interested in my allies, and I can start to turn back into the fight. Our team is kind of scattered across the map, trying to push both flanks, but so is the enemy team. At this point, it will all come down to which team has the best shot first on the other one. And, well, talking about shots, I might have found a good target. Königsberg did not get the memo about broadsides, so I'm going to try and punish it again. And this time, well, yeah, we get what we want. Half of the cruiser's HP gone. This is the kind of shots I live for. The Graf Spee is so good at punishing broadsides, and it is so satisfying to do so when you have the occasion. I'm waiting for my reload. I for sure want to finish the Königsberg off. Friendlies are trying to get the kill secure, but she is all mine. All mine. I'm going to take my time, wait for her to overturn and take a finishing salvo. Just to land an overkill citadel. I just love the sound of Königsberg exploding in the morning. Let's hunt for more broadsides, shall we? Well, we won't have to search for too long. We have a Cleveland, sweet Cleveland, completely oblivious to my position. He seemed to be slowing down, just for me, thank you Cleveland. Front gun, a little bit too soon, I have to readjust. Second battery takes the shot, and we can watch the shells graciously flying straight to the Cleveland's engine for almost 10,000 points of damage. Alright, it's working great so far. Let's do it again. Let's take our time, line up the shot just under the front turret at the waterline. This time the front turret seemed to be on target. Can the back turret finish him off, I reckon? Come on, and there we go again. So satisfying. Oh, look, and the Kirov is still around. Wounded, but alive. A quick salvo with the front guns. I'm trying to get my back turret to bear, but that won't be necessary. We land all 3 shells on the Soviet cruiser and we take him out instantly. Playing Graf Spee, I have that laid-back feeling that you can get when you're chilling in the distance, playing a battleship and just sniping with impunity and watching your shells land on target from a massive amount of damage. The Graf Spee just delivers, and this is just the start. 3 cruisers have been taken out on this flank. That leaves the 2 remaining battleships kind of exposed and vulnerable now that they do not have an escort anymore. I'm not planning on chasing them down, and I believe that there is also a destroyer around, considering the smoke being laid down in front. I'm just going to turn away and see if I can catch another target to punish. Enemy Graf Spee, hello there friend, is pushing towards us, but hey, we got ourselves an Omaha. Now, when I said that the Kirov was lightly armored, I wasn't joking. The Omaha though, the Omaha is made out of paper. My guns can overmatch his armor at almost any angles. Although on our first salvo, we only get 2 overpans. It's okay. What's not okay though is that the other Graf Spee just landed a very nasty hit on me, and I have torpedoes to worry about. Well, lucky for me, they died off, and luckily for the Omaha, he gets punished with a citadel, even though he was angling in the shot. There is nothing these cruisers can do. The armor at tier 5 or 6 is just not there to protect you, and god damn it Graf Spee, can you give me a break? That is the second 7,000 salvo you landed on me. I have to be careful now. I'm taking a beating and my health is already in the red. Omaha is back though, with more broadside stuff. He did not get the lesson, so let me teach him again. 11,000, good damage again, and I just have to wait 7 seconds before I can finish him off. Graf Spee is still shooting at me. This time I think I'm angled enough to only take minimal damage. And I sent the American cruiser back to port with one more salvo. Alright, I believe our direct vicinity is now cleared of enemy threats. That is going to give me some room to run repairs on my heavily damaged ship and assess the situation. Our team is losing. Friendly Furutaka gets taken out by torpedoes and we have a ship disadvantage now. I just realized we've lost all of our destroyers too. That is not good at all. We either need to regroup and defend our base, or we need to be successful on our flank and clear it from enemy threats. I decide to go for option B. Although I know that the enemy destroyer is around and trying to break through towards our base, I cannot let that happen. That would be an assured defeat, so I'm patrolling the borders of our capture zone to try and dissuade. I can still support my friendlies with long-range fire. The accuracy of this ship is decent enough to land good damage, even at maximum range. Hydroacoustic is up. I'm expecting torpedoes anytime soon now. We aren't Confederate with our shot on the Cunning, and oh, look who's here! We had a glimpse of the enemy Fubuki lurking around the area. We know he's in front of us now, probably trying to run some torpedo attacks on our battleship. I just took a shot at the enemy New York, and well, our friendly battleship shells are going to land just before ours finish the target off for a very low amount of damage, but we still got the kill and Kraken unleashed. Well, okay, I'll take it, but so far we've done a pretty good job, I believe. It is still a very tense match, since the enemies keep rebalancing the kill counter, and it is now a 4 versus 4. I've run good repairs on my ship, and I'm ready to support our battleship now. Only the two of us remain, versus the Cunning, the Graf Spee, and the Fubuki that just laid down a smokescreen. My hydroacoustic search is only up for 20 more seconds, so now I want to keep my distance from this destroyer. Enemy Cunning could be a good target to shoot at, and we earn high caliber by doing so. Friendly Cunning is completely surrounded, and I don't think he will be able to survive for long. I might be the only one left alive on this flank pretty soon, and things are starting to get rough. Although the Fubuki's smoke is actually going to be conveniently placed to allow me to remain undetected and potentially close up the distance safely. And yeah, crap. The Graf Spee got the kill on my ally, and now I am isolated versus 3 enemies. On the good side, my teammate left the enemy battleship with little to no health, so I'm basically fighting 2 ships if I can finish off the Cunning. And well, so much for my cover. I outran the smokescreen and I am detected, but hell, at this point I am committed. I do not know what target to prioritize though. Of course, finish off the Cunning first, that is going to be an easy task, but which one out of the Graf Spee or Fubuki poses me the biggest threat? Well, both are lethal actually, so bring it on guys, I'm right here. Though I cannot take these guys in a frontal engagement. I need to use my brain and outsmart them, use the terrain as cover to protect the remaining health I have. I am out of repair consumables, so every hit actually counts. I'm trying to deny some areas with torpedoes, but they are mostly countermeasures to prevent the Graf Spee progression. Oh, that is a nice dispersion here on the Fubuki. Too bad it was only overpans, but we still smoothed down the target and we dodged the torpedoes. Oh, nice salvo here on the Graf Spee. We're getting some justice from the previous shots she landed on us. But I just realized that our cruiser up north was actually AFK. I would like to have a hand here, but I am really on my own since my other teammate is all the way down south, progressing towards the enemy base. Now it's just going to be a game of cat and mouse with these 2 enemies. Although Little Mouse Fubuki is playing with fire. We've landed some good shots on her, and I'm trying to finish her off. Unfortunately, the greed is going to make me use my front turret and throw me on the island in front of me. Oh well, that could be bad. The Graf Spee is on the hunt for me, but she is cautious as well. She knows that my torpedo angles are very good when aimed at the back, and since she probably has hydroacoustic up as well as I do, she is shy on rushing my position. In the meantime, I am trying to get myself moving again. I cannot afford to stay stuck on this piece of land and allow the Fubuki to send torpedoes my way. A quick salvo with my back turret to warn the Graf Spee, and I can move forward and out while my secondaries are opening up. Friendly battleship is trying to assist from a distance, but there is so much he can do, and oh, the Fubuki is detected. Can we try and finish off the target? So far, my back turret have been extremely reliable. Can she deliver again? And yes, we got the Fubuki. That is very good. Now it's only you and me, Graf Spee. I might be in trouble. She has more HP than I do, and I might not be able to deal enough damage before she finishes me off. Plus, so far, I'm not having luck with my torpedoes. She keeps dodging all incomings, surely thanks to hydroacoustic, so I have to rely on guns, even if I keep trying to send some her way. And oh no, cherry on the cake, our battleship got taken out by the Hatsuharu. That means that I'm the last one standing, since my teammate is AFK. If I lose this brawl, it is going to be game over. Graf Spee dodges the torps again, but I've knocked out her front guns. She's turning to use a stern turret, giving a broadside in the process. I take the shot with all guns bearing, and hell yes, we land a devastating salvo and erase the German cruiser, securing a hard-fought victory. 150,000 points of damage dealt, 7,000 XP earned, and 600,000 credits gained. We've achieved Confederate, Dreadnought, Kraken Unleashed, and High Caliber. One of my best game ever, at least at tier 6, and probably one of the most satisfying. We've dealt a huge blow to the enemy team, and even if we got a couple of kill secures throughout the battle, we still had a claim on the rest of our kill, considering the damage dealt to each target we engaged. We tried to make the most out of our positioning, and it paid off with a monster game. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching it until the end. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and if you did and you're a kind heart, give it a like. And stay tuned, the following episodes of this series are underway. Until next time, you have a good one, and you take it easy.